Alright, what's up guys? We got a little project today. We're going to be strobing up the 550 here. So I got 2 trucks done. I got this truck and then 2 more to go as far as strobes go. So today's December 13th. We finished up first week of December, so we got a little bit of time to get things like this done. But I'll show you guys what we're using here. We are going with the Amazon Special. I know I'll get a lot of hate comments, but we're going to give it a shot. So we got our strobes, and then we got some spotlights for the back here. And we're gonna wire everything into the aux switches on this truck. So yeah, we got the tractor, we threw some strobes on that, and for being Amazon lights, these things are kind of bright. I mean, not too bad, but we just threw 2 strobes on the tractor and then a light bar on the back. But I'll take you guys outside the other 550. That one's already all set, so we'll show you what we're going for. All right, so we got our 2 strobes down above the running boards there. And we come around back. We threw in 2 strobes on each side and then 2 spotlights on the back. So the only thing I'm gonna do different on that truck is do a couple in the grill. This guy, I didn't do any in the grill, and I kind of wish I did, because at night it's just missing a little something in the front. So not a big deal. I'm gonna throw them in that guy, and then I'll probably come back to this one at some point whenever I have time. But it's flurrying out right now. We weren't supposed to get anything, but hopefully we don't have to go out and salt. But either way, we're gonna get inside where it's warm and get this show on the road. All right, so we got a little diagram here. That light's a little blinding. You can see it a little better without the light, honestly. But excuse my crappy handwriting. But anyway, pretty simple. We got our battery, and then we got our little aux box here, which are right over there. So our positive wire goes to the aux, and then we just run a negative wire. You can either hook it to the battery or really any other ground around the battery. But those 2 wires will then merge together. Here we got our 2 lights in the grill. These red X's represent lights. We're gonna run our wire coming around here. We're gonna do the 2 strobes on the steps right there, run under the cab, 2 more there, and then we're gonna run a wire to the back of the truck, our 2 strobes, and then our 2 spotlights. So pretty simple. Hooking up to these aux switches on these Fords is a lot easier than the Rams. I don't know about Chevys, I've never had a Chevy, but you could see these wires right down in here that are all colored, that have those little black pigtails on them. Those are the aux switches, or aux switch wires, and they're all marked, so super easy to splice into. And then, like I said, your negative wire, I just ran it right over to this ground right there. So like I said, not bad at all. All right, so we popped off our little air intake piece there, and then we popped out some of these snap clips for our front not valence, whatever this thing's called. But anyway, we're gonna run our wiring around here, and we're gonna do this without taking the grill off. I gotta take the grill off. I'm only putting 2 lights in here, so we'll be able to figure it out. But we're just gonna run our wire right down in there, right under this guy, run out to the front, and then we'll get our lights thrown on there. So this is what we're using. It's just a 18 gauge, what, 18.3, so 3 wires running into it. So these strobe lights actually require 4 lights. Here, let me go grab one. I'm sorry, not 4 lights, 4 wires. So you can see we got one of the strobe lights here, and we got red, yellow, white, and black. So they do send this little diagram here. So red is your positive, black's negative, white is to sync them all together, and then yellow is the flash pattern. So you can see that if you're using more than 2 lights with the same wire, you got to connect all of the yellow lights. So it is what it is. I'll just run another wire along with this guy here, so not a big deal. Okay, so we got our strobe wire. You can see we ran it, you can see it coming out of the grill right there, but we ran it behind the grill up through here, and we got it run into our aux wires. So like I said, the strobe lights are gonna go to aux 1, and then the spotlights on the back are gonna go to aux 2. So luckily on these Fords, they literally put a label on. It's a little crumpled up there. I don't know if you can see it because of this extreme light, but they put a label that says everything on it. So for you guys that are looking for aux 1 or aux 2, aux 1 is green and brown. This is, by the way, this is a 22 F550, so it'll be different, you know, year to year. But aux 1 is green and brown, and aux 2 is purple and orange. So you can see we got aux 1 already hooked up, and then we just ran it down, and on our ground through a little eye hook, and we're gonna put that right there. So now we gotta fish up our wire for our spotlights in the back. So we got the wire right here. What I'm thinking, just because it's super congested here, is I'm gonna tape the end of this to the snow stake. I'm gonna get it under the truck and just stick it right up through here. So we'll give it a shot. We got our first light on here, both holes drilled, and I didn't connect it or anything, just ran the wires. So got everything hooked up, just use our shrink tube here. So like I said, 3 wires that's in that wiring, and then we also have to run that 4th wire because we're running more than 2 lights. So figured we'll check it right now, just make sure that we got everything up there good. So we'll see if we're looking good. And aux 1. And I see flashing, so here we go. So now we know everything up there is good, so we'll start moving down the line. We got both the front ones in, all of our little snap pins, whatever they're called, are back in up here. So our front is all set, so looks good. You could always add more, but I mean, I don't know, I kind of like the simplified look. I don't want this thing to look like, you know, wow, oh my god, that's gonna look like an ambulance coming down the road. But we ran our wire down here, so you can see it down there. I used a snow stake to run it down, and yeah, so we're gonna throw our 2 in here, and then on the other side too. We got everything on the passenger side all set, all zip tied up. I might have a lot of guys asking, you know, the lights are right here. We do have the wire hanging down a little bit. There's nothing to really zip tie it to get it completely out of the way. So honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I went with, you know, the cheaper lights because I knew they're gonna get banged up, dinged up. You know, if these wires catch and they get, you know, if they rip, it's really not, you know, that big of a deal. Like I said, they're cheap enough to where I can easily replace them. That's why I didn't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on really nice lights, because it's a work truck. I know they're gonna get banged up, but we ran our wires down here, up through here, and here we are right there. So we're gonna run that up to the back and hook up our spotlights, 2 more strobe lights, and then good to go. Okay, and that is a wrap. We got all of our wires tucked away nicely under there. You probably can't see, but I promise they are. So yeah, this truck is all set. Total time was right around 3.5, 4 hours. So really not awful in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I got the hoist up. I'm gonna get everything greased, get this truck 100% ready to go, and then we'll come back tonight, pull this thing out, and get you guys a show. 。 . 。  . 。 . 。 . 。。 . . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
「 . 」 . 」 . 」 .
finished product. So not too bad for somebody who barely knows what they're doing. But yeah, so I actually did get a quote for all these trucks to go in to a professional shop, get all strobe lights done, everything like that. I got quoted $3,000 to $4,000 per truck, which I don't know. I mean, that's a little crazy to me. You know, we got 5 trucks, so if you do the math, I mean, it's a chunk of change right there. But all the lights, wiring, connections, all that, everything off Amazon was around 250 bucks. And like I said, 3 to 4 hours of my time. Like I said, the first truck I did, that took me quite a while because it was definitely a learning curve, but now that we got it down, it's really not that bad. So I'm happy. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you gained something from this, and hopefully we got some snow coming here soon. So we'll see though. But either way, we'll catch you guys next time.